Good evening, beautiful people. My name is Victoria OJ, also known as the speaking slash teaching mom. Today I want to talk about cultural shocks. Yes, it's a broad topic actually, it's an umbrella topic, but I'm going to be picking a subtopic under it today, and I'm going to be talking about female genital mutilation. How do you see female genital mutilation in the 21st century? Isn't it a shock to you that it's still existing? Isn't it a shock to you that it's still being practiced in civilized nations of the world? Let me put it that way, civilized in quotes, because I don't think places that are civilized should, or that are perceived to be civilized, should still be practicing such an act. But before I go on, please, I want to implore you, please like, share, and subscribe to my page. So what is female genital mutilation? Female genital mutilation involves the partial or the total removal of the female genitalia. Simply put, it is the removal of the clitoris of a female's vagina for absolutely no medical reason. I find it bewildering. I find it barbaric that this act is still being carried out, is still being practiced in certain climes. What do you think about it? Well, moving on. Traditionalists who carry out this practice argue that it increases a woman's prospects for marriage. It helps a woman stay faithful in the marriage. Who says it's only a woman that should be faithful in marriage in the first place? Well, let's leave that for now. That it helps a woman, to be more faithful in marriage. It helps fidelity in marriages. Do you believe this? It is actually shocking to know that this act is still being carried out here in Nigeria. A couple of weeks ago, the Punch newspapers published an article on female genital mutilation and stated that it is still being practiced in places like Imo State, Ekiti State. I've actually read some people, who have shared their experiences. I'm talking about real life experiences. People who have undergone female genital mutilation. In spite of the health risks involved, this act is still being carried out. Some females even end up dying after this act is done on them, and yet it's still prevalent. It's still prevalent in Nigeria. It's still prevalent in some other African countries like Central African Republic, Kenya, Uganda, and so on. It's still prevalent in some countries in Asia, in the Asian continent. And one would wonder that this act ought to have been erased due to, one, civilization, education, religion, Christianity, Islam and all that. But no, the act is still being practiced. That is the shock. That is one thing that is still shocking me. Permit me to put it that way. It's still a shock to me. So I want to ask you, is it true? Is it true that this barbaric act encourages fidelity in marriage? As a man, would you rather choose a woman who is circumcised over one who isn't circumcised? Men, please, I need you to talk to me on this one, please. I really need to hear from the men. And also, do you think that, civilization, Christianity, education, do you think that, all these factors have done enough in reducing this act, female circumcision, female genital mutilation? Do you think these factors I've mentioned have done enough in reducing this act, or even erasing it totally? Because we still hear about it. We still hear some people's experiences. Do you think that civilization has done enough to cancel it, to erase it totally? Or do you think more should be done? Because I think more should be done. Because to me, It's a cultural shock that still exists. And I feel it's worth talking about and it's worth sharing with you. What are your thoughts on female genital mutilation? Please, I want to hear from you on the comment section. I'll be waiting. Thank you.